councillors strongly criticized the conduct of YSRCP councillors. During today's Municipal Council meeting, YSRCP members were absent, sparking anger among TDP representatives. Officials had been announcing for a week that the municipal budget meetings would be held, yet YSRCP councillors failed to attend. TDP members condemned this as irresponsible behavior, questioning how public issues could be resolved if YSRCP councillors continue to avoid council sessions. The incident has once again heightened political tensions in Palamaneru's municipal administration. During a recent UN Security Council meeting on the Middle East, members pressed Israel to uphold its ceasefire commitments by easing restrictions on humanitarian aid into Gaza. Diplomats called for the opening of additional border crossings and greater access for relief workers, warning that delays are worsening the crisis in the enclave. According to UN reports, 1.5 million people in Gaza urgently need shelter as winter approaches, with aid deliveries slowed by closing crossings and congested routes. UN officials stressed the immediate need for shelter material and essential supplies, while acknowledging the organization's limited leverage to enforce ceasefire terms. Despite repeated appeals, progress in opening crossings remains stalled, intensifying international pressure for swift action.
Ceasefire agreement and open more border crossings to unimpeded entry of aid into Gaza, as the ceasefire agreement demands, and grant permission for more humanitarian workers' entry to the Strip.
In line with the most recent advisory opinion of International Court of Justice, we repeat calling for lifting all restrictions on aid and humanitarian action, including the work of international NGOs.
Since the ceasefire went into effect last month, Israel has only opened 3 border crossings and is directing aid convoys through congested roads, slowing delivery.
Has the UN made any progress with Israel on allowing more aid in or opening up more border crossings?
We continue to have 3 crossings that are open: Karim Shalom, Karim Abu Salam, and Isufim and Zikim on alternate days. We continue to push for more aid to go in, for more NGOs to be registered, to be officially allowed to import material under the 2720 mechanism. So, has there been a breakthrough? No, but we continue to push on these issues.
Time is running out. The UN says 1.5 million Palestinians in Gaza are in need of emergency shelter as winter sets in.
The UN and its partners are still facing challenges in providing shelter materials such as tents and blankets. As we enter the winter months, these delays must be urgently resolved.
Every crossing and route must be opened without delay, and essential items, including shelter kits and medical supplies, allowed in.
A UN spokesperson was asked, is enough aid getting into Gaza? He had a one-word answer: no. But since the UN was not a direct party to the ceasefire negotiations, nor its implementation, it's limited in how much leverage it has on Israel, and now the UN is simply relegated to delivering any aid that is allowed in. Gabriel Zondo, Al Jazeera at the United Nations. At a meeting of the UN Security Council, the message to Israel was clear: abide by the ceasefire agreement and open more border crossings to unimpeded entry of aid into Gaza, as the ceasefire agreement demands, and grant permission for more humanitarian workers' entry to the Strip.
In line with the most recent advisory opinion of International Court of Justice, we repeat calling for lifting all restrictions on aid and